Hello everyone, and we are live. Can you guys see me and hear me? Hey Bronze. Kenneth, hello. Good day to you too. How are you guys doing? Can you just confirm if I'm live? No response? I have to check. Hi Vijay. Hi Kenneth. Yeah. I assume now you guys can hear me and see me as well. Awesome. Welcome to episode 9 of Build with Hussain. So yeah. Awesome. We have new folks too joining in. So here's my water now. Cool. So yeah, first of all, thanks for 500 subscribers. We have crossed 500 yesterday. That's an awesome, in such short amount of time. And yep, also we have this special episode today. So today was going to be an episode on SaaS with payments and whatnot, but I postponed it to next month. Episode 12 will be now what was episode 9 going to be, and episode 9 is the one we are in right now, because this was more I was more interested in this one, as I find people had more traction on this one because it's useful, and I also wanted to solve a problem that I currently have with Build with Hussain by building this integration. Cool. Let's start. People can still join in and say hi in the chat if you're joining in. If you're joining in the first time, from where you are joining, what's the time there, you can share with us. Cool. Let's start. So what are we going to build today? We are building a third-party integration app for Frappe. But what is this third party, right? So let me just go to the home page and screen share. My screen is visible, everyone. Hi Ashraf, I think you joined in the last stream as well. I'm just figuring out why my screen is stuck at. Okay, MacBook Pro, display capture. Okay, now we are at the proper screen. So Build with Hussain. So yeah, if you check the schedule now, you will see episode 9 is this one, and episode 12 is what we are doing with SaaS with Stripe and payment teams. One more peculiar thing you might notice is one Wednesday is missing, which is the next one. So we are the Frappe team is going for offsite and I'll be there. So I don't know, we'll be traveling most probably on the 5th. So let's see. Most probably I won't be able to do a stream. So yeah, directly we'll see you on 12th July. Before that, maybe an ad hoc stream. Can't promise anything. Yeah. Hi Pritya Nilesh. Cool. So that was that. Cool. So I'm working on a new feature. So it's like still in the planning phase, which is called articles, which will come on Build with Hussain. Basically, it will be a weblog where I will share short tips, tricks, which I'm not able to do in the video. So in written content. So like Build with Hussain will now have written content as well. So what do you think about that idea? Do share in the comments. I'll be happy to know. And what kind of stuff you want to see there. Any kind of philosophical stuff as well. So one of the articles, the first articles I am working on is my definition of Frappe framework. And cool. Yeah, so this is the recent landing page. So recent is a email for developers, as you can see. So it has like pretty good API and the pricing is as well. So pretty good free trial as well. Free trial as in like you can send 3000 emails per month, like 100 emails a day. So as long as like Build with Hussain reaches 100, I'm fine with the free plan. So that's that. You can have one domain. So I have already signed up and linked a domain, buildwithhussain.dev. So I can start sending. So we'll build this integration. So they also have a Python library to make it easy. So you just give API key and like recent is basically, you can think of it as like Mailgun, but better, what do you say, developer experience as far as I have seen. And they also have like test mode, webhooks. So we'll do both. We'll integrate the API they have. So let's check out the docs. So I have like the API reference. You can see you can send email, retrieve email. So coming to like general idea of building an integration for Frappe, if you check frappecloud.com/marketplace, so people have built like integration. So EasyCom integration, there is WhatsApp integration, and there are more Dataway integration, and then again EasyCom. Like there are like people are building. So DocuSign integration is there, but there are like a lot more that are yet to be built. And I hope this stream will give you an idea of how about building your own integrations for Frappe, and you will get those to marketplace as well. So my plan with this is like building the recent integration, pushing it to GitHub, setting up CI as well, formatting and whatnot, and then also publishing it to marketplace, and then going through the approval process and approving it and making it live here. So there is what integration, right? But there are still a lot that are not there. So a lot of opportunities in this space. So yeah, once you are through this stream, I would suggest you pick a third party, like a popular, where you think people might want the integration with ERP Next or Frappe, and go ahead and build it. So yeah, where do we start? Not in terminal, not in VS Code, but in docs. So I have the API documentation here, and I have like created a new empty Google Doc. So I usually start in a notebook and paper, but since we are live, I am doing it in Google Docs. So basically I will plan how I want the integration to look once it's done, like at least MVP, and what I want the behavior to be, not the implementation details, but how it should work. So there are like two entities I can see. The first is an email entity, then there is domains, and there are like a list of API keys. We'll worry about this later. The main important thing is like email, right? So there are like just two APIs. One is send email and one is retrieve email. So we'll start here. But what do I want for Build with Hussain? So I will take the case of Build with Hussain. So right now what I do is I like copy all the email addresses using system console, and then hi Donald, hi Pitya, and I paste it in the BCC and write the email and send it via my Gmail. So I want to automate it. So like in the morning of the stream, you get an email automatically, and that too personalized, right? So one more thing I wanted to tell about recent is they have this we'll call, not this. So React email, they support React email. So basically React email lets you build like emails, beautiful emails with tailwind and whatnot. So that can also come later. But yeah. So we have email, and I want to be able to send email. I want to track the email, basically status of the email, and what else do I want? Yeah, status, etc. What more? So next is like, maybe I want an API / method that I can use in server scripts. This would be so cool. So you install the app, and in server script you can call some kind of whitelisted API. Yep, whitelisted API. So you install this integration, you set up. So one more thing is like, there will be recent settings. So this, I'm going into technical details, but yeah, this will be a single doc type. We can, and this will store the API key for recent. And then yeah, we will have an email doc type, which will be a submittable doc type. Why submittable? Because once it's sent, we can submit it, and no longer the data should be editable, because you can't change an email once it has been sent. So yeah, I will be able to track the status of the email and whatnot. So yeah, then we have webhooks, handling webhooks. So if you check the documentation, we have webhooks. So event types that we have to handle. So once you send an email, so it can, like, resend will send you webhooks at like your defined endpoint, that okay, email was sent, email was delivered, delivery delayed, complaint, bounce, open. So this is cool. So you can check how many folks like opened your email. So it uses that 0 pixel GIF thing to set that up. Cool. So this is it, I guess. Handling email, handling webhooks for, like, let's be specific, for updating email status on our Frappe site. Yep. So this is it. If we are able to achieve this, we will be able to push v0.1 and then we can enhance it later. Cool. So it's time to jump into the terminal. I have bench running here, and as promised, starting from new app, bench new app, recent integration. Like, I can't come up with a more creative name, so it's like boring name. Recent integration, fine. Recent integration is fine. Recent.com integration for Frappe. App publisher is me. App email is Hussain at frappe.io. AGPL 3.0. Yes, I want to set up GitHub workflows and unit tests, so it will automatically create a YAML file with CI setup for GitHub Actions. Awesome. The new app is being created. Cool. This is done. Now I will be able to see it in my apps folder. It is there. So let's open up code inside us. And I want to open up the folder. Macintosh users Hussain. I could have done code dot, but I wanted to use the insider build, so this is the way to go. to go Frappe. Then there is, I have so many folders. Someday I have to sit and clean this up, but fine for now. Let's open up a recent integration. Open. Cool. So now we have the code here. Yep. Let's go back, and bench stopped as I was assuming, because after new site creation it tries to restart. And cool. Bench okay, new site as well. So let's start like really from scratch. New site. So I will call it recent.localhost. That's fine. I will punch in my MariaDB. So I need to update my MariaDB as well. Cool. Something for later. Yeah. Meanwhile, if you guys have any questions regarding where we are going with this, please ask in the chat. Because like if there is like no activity in chat for quite some time, I feel like somehow the connection is lost and I'm not live anymore. So keep the emojis coming. Cool. So let's set the admin password to a very creative password called ADMIN. Yep, that is it. And what more do we have? So let's install that bench dash site recent.localhost install app recent integration. No, integration clear. Okay, now I'll do bench browse bench browse recent.localhost user administrator. So this is a cool trick. So you want to directly open it up. Let's open. Directly logged in as the admin. So let's go through the setup wizard. Cool. Let's save it. I'm fine. Cool. So no one in the chat? Anyone? Everything cool. Okay, awesome. So let's check if the app is installed. Yeah, recent integration is installed. Cool. So let's do one more thing. So let's open the site/recent integration site config, and I will enable developer mode because I want to build apps, right? Let's close it. And we need to restart the bench. A bench clear cache would have worked as well. Let's see. So yeah, now I'll go to doc type list, and if I create a new doc type, yep, this site is running in developer mode. Any changes may be updated in the code. Awesome. So yeah, so what is the first entity we need? That will be recent email record. Yeah, I can't call it just email because I think it is a very generic name and it might clash with some other app or even the core. So I will be appending every doc type with recent. Module will be recent integration. I want to track changes. I want to track scene views as well, and is submittable. Awesome. I don't want quick entry as of now. Cool. What else? Yep, this is it. So what all fields do we need? So let's check the emails. So I want to check what all entity an email has. So first of all, it will be, here are all the events that can be associated with email: sent, delivered, delivery delayed, complaint, bounced. Cool. So let's start with the status field. Status, select, mandatory, sent, delivered. So yeah, if you are building a third, spend some time in the API docs for that integration and check out how the APIs work and what all like entities are present. So I have been like through this documentation was on twice before. So yeah, that's why I know like, okay, this works and this. And so emails have some detail. So maybe I can log in, but first let me just hide my screen and then I will log in, because you never know, right? Recent.com. Hopefully it doesn't show my API key on the home. Cool. Let me just reshare my screen. Yep. So this is the dashboard of recent, and I have like, I was testing sample email. So it was sent from notifications at build with Hussain.dev. Subject. So from is one thing, subject is one thing, and to is like the other one. So now we know what we want. So from, it can be data, mandatory, and we can have a valid email here. There is reply to. Okay. So as you can see, when was it delivered, when was it opened. So this sort of stuff is cool. We will try to integrate this in our Frappe app as well, so user doesn't have to jump here. And you can see the email. Source, plain text, HTML. Source, plain text. Okay, let's create a code field to store this. Code source. Email source doesn't make sense. Email body source. Yeah, that's good. And then subject. Let's go subject, and it can be, yeah, data is fine. Small text also works, but yeah, we can figure that out later. I am also going to give it a naming rule, because like, or shouldn't I? Yeah, it's fine, but I will just set the title field. So subject is mandatory, and it can be the title field of that email record. View settings, so title in link fields, subject, save it. Cool. Now recent email record is created and code is also generated. That is fine. So we are going well. I will try the new form builder. Hi Salim, welcome back. So yeah, I'll move subject here, and let's have another column. So subject from reply to status looks good. We'll add a section here. Let's delete this and move the email source here. Move it down below. Nope. Yep, down below. Now everything looks good. Okay, one thing that is missing is 2, and I don't know whether. Okay, let's check the documentation. Documentation, we can check email. Okay. Let's check the API reference. Send email. So 2 is a single. Okay, let's check. 2 can be string or a list of string. Max 50. Cool. Subject is required. Yep, 2 is required. So let's add a 2 here. Multi-select. No. Multi-select will give us that. No, I want don't want multi-select, but let's keep it simple for now. What I will do is I will do a small text 2, and then I will write some documentation, so it's mandatory. And then what I want is I want it to be description. Okay, I want to add some description. Okay, so this app will let me send like emails from my system, so integrating with this recent third-party API, so it has like cool developer experience and whatnot. And yep, that is my aim here. So I want to use it for sending emails, transactional emails from Build with Hussain. Does that answer your question, Adil? And welcome to Build with Hussain. Description is comma separated list of emails. Awesome. Let's save it. Cool. Yep. So that was that. Now the email is modeled. So sent, delivered, opened. Okay. If they open it multiple times, it tracks that too as well. Awesome. Okay, we can share the email as well. So maybe there is a link related to. Okay. That is that. This all we can later figure it out. So let's see what retrieve email returns. ID. Okay, so this might be the ID that we can use to track emails in the system. So 2 is a list. Cool. From, fine. Created at is fine. Subject HTML. Text. BCC CC. Reply to last event. Okay, last event is the status basically. Okay, that is fine. This is fine as well. Awesome. We just need an ID. So this will be the ID we will use to track it in that system. So connecting both the records. So ID here will be different, there it will be different. So I'm just thinking whether I should make that ID as the by field name. Makes sense, but okay, data, and this can come here. Amendment form comes in the way. It doesn't need to go hide somewhere. Cool. So where were we? We were doing resend email. No. Resend ID. Yep, that is fine. Let's save it. For now, I'll let it this be. We can change stuff going forward as well. So this gives us the base. So we just email _ID. So this will be the ID we'll use where did it go? Resend ID, which we will use to retrieve this email from resend. Cool. So let's start the integration part. So I'll go to documentation. I'm going to use their Python resend SDK. So pip installed resend. So I'll copy this, but instead of just pip, I'll do bench pip install. So it installs it in the bench environment. Cool, successfully this awesome. And one more thing I need to do is basically I cleared the logs, right? Which version did it install? Resend, I already had it installed. Fine, maybe I was trying out something. Resend. Cool. So what I need to do is, so it automatically installs when any user basically installs this, is like add it to requirements.txt resend, and I want the latest version which they have. So let's go to resend GitHub, resend Python. They are like fairly new, 0.5.1. Cool. Yeah, this will do it. Cool. Yep. So let's go to remade record list. So this is how I want this to work. So I create a record and it will like take in subject from status. I need to hide because like make it read only. So let's make it, because I don't want the user to control the status. It will be handled by the API itself or the webhooks. So let's do one thing. Default is sent, and we have read only. Cool. Let's hit save. Okay. So user can come here, enter the subject, the form, status. I don't know, I should hide it, but fine. Okay, 2, and this can be hidden as well. And yep. So let's try a sample thing. WH episode 10 from notifications at build with Hussain.dev, then reply to Hussain at frappe.io. Resend ID, yep, I will add it. 2 can be, let's send it to myself so I can check. So I'll send it to frappe.cloud. all point to the same thing. So yeah, source can be strong. So let's see. So I'm not getting syntax highlighting. I need to enable that as well. So that's why when you use, you will come to know, and then you can make the changes to the doc type to make the form better and so on and so forth. So strong. Hey, it works. Let's save it. And I want a send button here that will basically queue it. So let's do one thing. I want to make this read only. For this, I want HTML. So adding like the programming language to the options basically enables syntax highlighting for that particular language. Cool. So how do we start sending emails and like use the resend API, right? So we need the API key for sending emails. So let's go to doc type list. As I said, we'll need a doc type too. So I'm using the form builder this time. Resend settings. Module will be resend. integration, that is fine. Continue. What? Why is there an amendment form? What did I do? No, not is submittable, is single. Let's delete this doc type. Yep, delete. Okay, I was supposed to click this. Resend settings. Module will be resend. Integration, create. Cool. It's still what? Okay, it's a single doc type, but why was... Okay, amendment form is gone. Cool. Awesome. Now I want a password field because API is secret, right? API key is a secret. I will hit save. Go to recent settings. And now I will paste in my API key. Again, going to hide my screen for a bit. Hi Sangra, welcome to Build with Hussain. Thanks for the support, everyone who made it possible. Awesome. I'll go to my API keys tab, copy. Let's create a new API key so I can delete it afterwards. So give it full access, and then I will name it Frappe. Let's call it Build with Hussain, or recent integration for Frappe. Why I spend too much time on? So I want access to all the domains, that is fine. Okay, so let's copy the API key, close. Awesome. I will bring back my screen share. I will go back to recent settings, paste the API key, hit save. Awesome, we have the API key. So before like jumping in more here and there, let's open up my Python console and try it out. Try to send emails manually. Send resend dot localhost console to do. Okay, so how do I get this API key from my settings? Frappe dot, so get encrypted password. So we need to import this. So this is like to get like decrypted passwords of a password field. You can do that. So first I will do frappe dot get single value. I can get, okay. So I want recent settings, and I want the API key. Okay, frappe.db, missed it. So it's inside the DB namespace. Yep, so it's a password field. So how do we get the decrypted value? Get decrypted password. So I have used it before as well. From frappe dot password, frappe dot, what was it? Now I don't remember. Every time, because it's like sparingly used. Like I sparingly use it. So let's check the docs and find out how to get the decrypted password. I'll search for password. Maybe I'll find it in doctype API. So I want the Python API, document API. Yep, I think this will give me that. Frappe dot utility functions. No. Cool. So what I will do is, like, easiest thing that I can do right now, So I want to check where to import it from. I will do a global search for it and get decrypted. Okay, frappe.utils.password.get decrypted password. Ha. So you can give it the doc type and the field name. So you can directly get the password. Awesome. So I don't want to print it here. So password or API key equal to this, and the field name is API key. Doc type is resend. So as far as I know, you have to pass none here. Like utils has no attribute password. From frappe.utils.password. Okay, let's import it. No, weird behavior, but fine. Get decrypted password. Go away. The font is visible, right, everyone? Pass none. Okay, again I was going to reveal it. API key. Field name is API key. Most probably it won't work because then we pass none here, or recent integration for single doc types. Password not found for recent integration, and so we have to pass this. Maybe there is a better API. Authentication error. Recent integration API key, right? So that's the name of this. If I hold Alt, yeah. Recent, okay. Did no one notice? Recent settings, and then none should work. Okay, this doesn't work as well. Recent settings. Yep, that was the issue. Yep, now we have the API key safe. Cool. Now we can jump into recent overview. I want the docs. Python quick start. Yep. So we can import recent. Awesome. Recent.api key will be API key. I revealed the password. So yep, maybe I should disable it. Let me do it right now before someone starts my key to send emails. That is fine. So again, I will go to hidden. So yeah, this is the part of live stream I still want to figure out how to deal with this credential stuff. Fine. Okay, I have deleted that API key. Yep, we are safe now. Cool. So yeah, now what we can do is it takes the parameters and then you can send the email. Okay. So for testing, we can send it to like this addresses as well, right? maybe they don't count this in the quota, but cool. So let's declare parameters. So what do we want? From will be notification at build with Hussain.dev. I want to send it to, so let's do this, delivered at recent.dev, subject and HTML. Okay, subject, it works, and HTML can be strong bold text. So I'm just trying it out from my console before I like write some code in Python. So that's the parameters, and now I can send an email, print the email. So it gives me the ID which I can then set it in my record. Okay, fine. So I'll do one thing. I'll go back to recent.com. Let's check. Okay, it bounced. So they said that okay, it delivered at recent.dev. It should. Why did it bounce then? Email is on return suppression, does not count USR's bound rate metrics. Okay, it's fine. So that worked, and now just we need to do just this in our doc type. Cool. So let's open resend email record.py. We'll import Frappe and API key is this one. Def get resend API key. So I will write a function that basically returns this thing. So I need to import this as well. Let's import, yep, this import line. Cool. And then we import resend, and then we can set the API key. Where do we send the API key? For now I'll set it here itself. We'll call it right here. Get resend API key. Fine. So now this object is authenticated already. Maybe we should do it. We'll see. So yeah, then we can do emails.send. Yeah, so let's write a whitelisted method as we were saying. Frappe.whitelist send. So this will basically take this record and send this email. So we need one more status in our recent email record. Let's refresh. So right now the status contains sent, delivered. An empty string should be so default will be empty string. So this means we haven't triggered the sending of email yet, right? And this status won't be visible. And then once we click a submit button, that will add, then it should send that email. Cool. So I will close the console for now. Just close it, zoom in a bit. Yeah. So what I will do is Recent dot emails dot send and want to pass the parameters. From will be so let's check self dot from okay, from this won't work, so this we have to rename this field. Edit doc type. From is a reserved keyword, right? From email. Let's do the same, so we have consistent names to email and from email. To emails. Cool. Let's go to the record list again. Most probably this. Yeah, I knew. Notifications at build with Hussain dot tab to Hussain at frappe.io. Okay, and let's. Any questions, anyone till now? Why I did what I did, or any questions? Since it's a read-only field, current form dot set value. I want to remove this status as well. So status is empty string. Hit save. Required. So let's make it unrequired. That is non-mandatory. Yeah. Let's go back. Open up the console again. Let's hit save. Cool. Now there is no status because it is not sent yet. From email to emails, and we want to split at comma, right? Because we said it. So before splitting, let's strip, so it will remove any white spaces around. Cool. No. Strip won't work this way. So we first strip and then split. Cool. We'll handle it this better later, but for now it's fine. Self subject is self dot subject. HTML content, right? What did we name this field? Email body source. Not a very user-friendly name. Let's edit it. So let's call it email HTML. This can be HTML editor. Email HTML. And we don't need these options now. Cool. So I'm improving the doc types as I go. Completely feasible. So now I get syntax highlighting, but I also get preview. Like won't be 100% correct every time based on what styles you have applied. Hey, but you can see the preview. Awesome. Now we are in a state where we can, like, after the email is sent, it should be automatically submitted. That's the deal, or vice versa. Because then the user should not be able to edit the subject because already it has reached the server, right? So subject is there, from to subject, and then HTML is self dot email HTML, right? What else is required? Again, let's go back to the docs, Python quick start. From to subject HTML. These are the 4 things that are required. From to subject HTML. Awesome. So I don't want to enable formatting just yet. So we'll get an email record. So once that is done, what I want to set is self dot status equal to sent self dot resend id equal to email id and self dot so how should I handle this? Because if I submit it right now, it won't let me edit the status. We'll deal with this. Maybe we'll make the status available for editing even after submit. So yeah, we are 1 hour in. So the general idea is if your third party provides a Python package, then use that. Otherwise, you need to make the API calls manually. So request.get, request.put, right? Based on the reference. So as you can see, so you need to make a get request. So you can check the curl command. You need to make a get request to this, right? And you have to pass the bearer token yourself, set the headers yourself. Yep. So our work became easier because they already had a Python library which we can import and just set the API key and then start sending emails. So yeah, this is like send. And what we can do is, let's test it, right? So from the console I can test it, and then we'll add a button in the UI. Bench, okay, console, Frappe, let's get the email doc equal to frappe.get doc. Cool. Resend email record, and I want to get this email record in particular, and I hit enter, and then email doc.send. Cool. Let's exit from here. Let's see what happened here. What ID was supposed to get set, but it wasn't. And then we don't know email was sent or not. Let's check resend. Okay, it was sent and delivered as well. So it got the correct body. It was delivered. But why didn't the doc type update here? I did a save. This will be an issue. Let's check. So let's make it idempotent. So even if we call like it multiple times, it shouldn't send it multiple times if it is already sent. So how do we do that? If it is sent, let's throw for now. For now I won't do this because I want to resend it. I want to check what really happened. There is an ID set. Is it because of this? Okay. I forgot to hit commit in console, maybe that was the issue. Yep, now it is sent as well. So let's bring back the throw. We don't want. So if you want to send, like, go ahead and create your own records, right? Now what we need is, this is fine, this is fine, this all looks fine. Yep, now we are sending emails. That is that. Let's add a button to send, right? So I'll go to resend email record.js file, uncomment the boilerplate code, what current form dot add a custom button, not recent, send email. Yep, go ahead. Frappe dot call. I want frm dot call send dot then frappe dot message print email sent successfully. So we want to show this button, like right now if we see this button is always visible, we want to make it only visible when the status is not sent. If frm.doc.status so there is no status. New, I think there is one flag to check. Okay, is local. Okay, Copilot always messes up in this sort of. Yep, so I want this button to be visible only when there is no status and the document is not just local, it is saved, right? So it goes away here, and here also it is not visible, so the logic works. And now I will hit the subject, that will be test email. From like 2 will be sending test emails, right? Emails, send test emails. So we can copy this. 2 is fine. Reply to Hussain at frappe.io. From is notifications at build with Hussain.dev. HTML, let's do EM this time. This is some HTML content. So later what I plan to do is basically have a template, and then it takes a markdown and renders this HTML in a beautiful template and then sends it. Currently this works. Let me know if you want to have a bonus episode of building that template thing as well. Most probably we'll have that next month. Okay, now I have send email, so let's hit send and hopefully nothing happened. Okay, happened. Email sent successfully, so we got a resend ID as well, and send integration works. So one way it is working. It is working one way. So now the status is being not, so let's check the recent dashboard, right? Emails. It got bounced. It's fine. So how can we get this new status right in here? So it is bounced. How do we do that? Here frappe.db.commit, do you want like Do you want to know whether to place db.commit here? Here? Bronze? Hey, Bronze. No, so if you know what you are doing, then yes, but automatically after the request is successful, right? Nothing went wrong. Frappe will automatically run db.commit. So this everything that runs inside a request runs in a transaction. And if you do commit, everything that has happened to that point will be committed to database, even if the request goes wrong. So let Frappe handle the commit. But if you know for sure that you want to manage the transactions yourself, so start transaction and then commit, then you can do it. But yeah, you don't need, because it will automatically do db dot that thing. Yeah, that dot db dot commit once the request is successful. Cool. So how do we get this updated status, right? This is where webhooks come in. Now I want webhooks. So how does webhooks work? So webhook will, what happens is when the third party has some information, new information, for example, okay, the email bounced. How will it let the Frappe system know, our Frappe site know, okay, this is the new updated status, the email got bounced. And then based on whatever message it gave us, we can update our system based on that, right? So this is where webhooks come in. We can tell Resend or any third party integration nowadays that this is the URL. Okay, whenever you have some new message or information for me, make a HTTP request with the data here, and I will handle it, right? So in local, we don't have an HTTP, right? So it can't make a request. So if you recall, in episode 6, we integrated webhook for Telegram. Then we had a live site, so we didn't have to do some jumping here and there. So what we will do is we'll use tunneling. So let's go to the docs. Webhooks introduction. Okay. So tunneling will basically help us. So Frappe has inbuilt support for ngrok. So ngrok helps us tunnel our local site to outside world in HTTPS. So Renew uses to push real-time notifications to you about your email sending. All webhook uses HTTPS and deliver JSON payload. Okay. You can use webhook feeds to go do things like this. Automatically remove bounced email from mailing lists. Cool. Create alerts in your messaging or incident tools based on event times. Store all in. Okay, that's fine. Okay, it created a local endpoint. Okay. So they also say okay, you can create a tunnel to your local host server using a tool like ngrok. So what we have in Frappe is bench -- site resend.localhost ngrok auth token not found in site config. Please register. So you need to have a free account to do this. So let's go to ngrok dashboard. So by the way, the message you see there, I wrote it. Yep. Last time I was working with webhooks, I knew, okay, this is an interesting feature, and it was outdated and so on and so forth. So already I have an account. Let me just log in with GitHub. That's fine. Come on. So where is okay, let me just take it off screen and get the token. You can find your auth token here. So I will grab it. Cool. I'll copy the auth token. and what does it say? Terminal. Okay, this we have to set in site config, right? What I will do is I will set it in common site config, so I can use it in like all the sites. Common site config. Again, let me take this off screen, right? Until I figure out a way to hide, like maybe AI can be used, right? Now I figure out like someone can build a tool so we can attach it to OBS and it in real time basically censors the credentials. Cool. So that's a discussion for some other time, but yeah. So let me paste the token here. So what's the key? This is the key. So ngrok will basically tunnel your local Frappe site to the world. That's that. Yep. Cool. So I have set it now. Bench clear cache. So better to restart because I set it in common site config. Cool. What happened? Yep. Now let's run ngrok. Awesome. We have a public URL which we can share, and we can view the logs received at this URL here. Awesome. See how easy it was to enable ngrok tunneling. It's awesome. Okay, so we have to write an endpoint to handle those webhooks, right? So let's write a whitelisted API right in this file itself. At frappe.whitelist. And now this is important. Allow guest equal to true because it will make an HTTP request without any credentials. We'll see how to make it secure. Def handle resend webhook. Right. Cool. So are you guys with me till now? We are now, the one-way communication is done. Now it's the second way, how to get stuff from the resend to in our system. Cool. Thanks, Donald. Yep, still here. Awesome. Cool. Handle resend webhook, right? We have to handle this webhook, and now we can point resend to this particular method. So how do we get the data, right? If it sends, yep. Cool. So what I will do is I will open Insomnia. So let me test it first before like resend makes any request. So most probably they will make a post request with JSON body, which they have written in the docs, and the URL will be this /API/method/ recent integration dot doctype. Okay, too much. Let's write an API file webhook.py or API.py, that works too. And I will move this there. Now as you can see how easy this path became. Now what I can do is like resend integration dot API dot handle resend webhook. Resend integration dot API dot handle resend webhook. So I will send some JSON data. A is equal to A. Let's send it 403 forbidden. The account associated with this hostname has been banned. We have determined this account to be in violation of. This has been. Let's check with localhost and then we can later fix it. I have to basically create a new ngrok account. They had terminated it like before also. I don't know the reason, but I had to contact support and whatnot. Let's create a new account later. So what I will do is like locally I will test it first and then http:// what is it? Resend.localhost. Okay. Resend.localhost port 8000. Can't resolve host name. Okay. So browsers can like figure out .localhost, but somehow Insomnia can't. So we have to add it to host, the host file. Unauthorized. Password not found for user, none API secret. Maybe I'm sending some headers that I don't want to. Cool. Auth. No authentication. Let's send. Awesome. Now we are reaching this endpoint, and for now I will shut down ngrok and like we'll figure out a way. What do I want to do? I want to get the data from request. So let's add a breakpoint here and let's get some sample data from their documentation. Event types. Okay, sample request body. So let's get this body, paste it in here. So this is the kind of thing they will send it. Cool. Email.delivered, created at, when was this event created, I guess. So we can basically, I'm now thinking of adding a new doc type to store this as well. So whatever event, so we can later inspect what webhooks we received from recent, right? So we'll see that as well. So data is this. Okay, send request. I've added a breakpoint, so it's waiting for me in the bench. Frappe.request. Okay, frappe.request.data. frappe.request.json. Wait. Awesome. So I can use frappe.request.json to get whatever JSON data. Okay. JSON or data. frappe.request.json. Awesome. Now let's do one thing. Let's return the same data. And I will send. Okay. We are returning the same data back. That's awesome. So we are getting that data. And now what do we want to handle? Basically we want to handle different event types differently. So if data subject, okay, we need to handle it based on the type. So one more thing, I assume this will be true, but anyways, let's see. Okay, data dot type. Okay, it's not a frappe dict. Frappe dot form dict. Frappe dot form dict dot type. Yep, this is what we want. We don't want request.json, we want the process data. Form ticked. This will contain the data. And now if data dot type equal email dot delivered. So what all events? Let's come here and let's write the code next to the API documentation. Email dot sent, email dot delivered, delivery delayed, complained. So instead of handling everything by hand, like if else, what I will do is I will grab this part, split at a dot, and if it's an email, then I will look at the next part. So maybe later on they will add more events, but for now they have email, so all email. Then I'll split it to data dot type dot split a dot. Awesome. So it will give me two parts. The first part will be entity, let's call it entity, and then event. Awesome. If entity is equal to email and event is equal to delivered. Awesome. For now I won't do anything, but convert indentation to tabs. Yep, that was the issue, I knew it. Maybe Copilot is using spaces and I'm using tabs. That's a fight. We have to fight the AI also for this. I'm recalling that scene from Silicon Valley. Tabs versus spaces. Nobody to laugh? Or is it like unlaughable? It's fine. Let's get this event. And what I will do is, for now I will just update the status. Yep, now I see the emojis. Fine. Bounced, opened. Okay, let's see. This is the only one I see like can be different. So it stores a click. We have to handle it separately. So which link was clicked? Okay, awesome. So it will help you track links as well. So we'll implement that. But let's handle this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 types of events first. So email status update events equal to delivered, opened, clicked, no, clicked, I don't want to handle, bounced, sent, delivered, delivery delayed, delivery delayed, delivery delayed, complained, what more, bounced, open, delivery delayed, complained, bounced and opened. I'm trying to arrange them in the same way they are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 types of event. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 types of event. Okay. And event in email status update events So we want to handle that, right? So how do we handle it now, right? So okay, so we just update the status in that particular doc. So what we'll do is, we have an ID here, I think. Okay, email ID, which we can use to find, okay, for which email this status update came, right? And this will make our job easier if we make one small change to our doc type. That, okay, go to form builder, resend ID is unique, and then I will show you the magic. Frappe dot get doc resend email record let's take one email ID that we have already, this, right? So I will take this, resend ID, right? We can get the doc using that unique field. So we know, since this field is unique, we'll get that particular email record. Awesome. So let's copy it. Let's go here. So we need to somehow get this resend ID equal to, so inside data dot email underscore ID, data dot data yep, this will work. So we have the form dict and we get the data. Awesome. So we can get this doc, or without getting also we can update. For now I'll get the doc. So resend email doc, resend doc dot status equal to event dot title. This won't work for this one. Delivery date delayed, because if we check the JSON file, resend email record dot JSON, and there is sent, delivered, delivery delayed, complained, bounced. So delivery delayed, cool. So how do we handle this? So I can handle it cleverly. So delivery delayed. Now this is not like Frappe stuff, playing with Python. Do you hear that announcement? Maybe the mic doesn't catch it, then it is fine. So what I do is space dot join, clever stuff. Yep. Dot join so it, okay, remove the spaces. Now we just need to make it title case. No, not list, but okay, we need to make part in part is not defined. Yep, this. Yep, we got it. Now if we pass it something else like open, okay, this will handle everything. Cool. We could have handled it like separately using if else as well, but not delivery delayed. We want event email delivery status. Now resend email doc dot status equal to email delivery status. Resend email doc dot save. So let's do a easier thing. Why do a get doc, right? Why do a get doc? why? Let's do a frappe.db.set value because we are just updating the status, right? So db.set value should do. So frappe.db dot get value, no, set value. Let's replace it here itself. Frappe.db dot set value, and we want to set the value of status to email delivery status. Now we don't need this or this, so let's make it more readable. So till now what we did, we don't need this as well. Now update the status of recent email record. Awesome. We don't need to return the data back. Awesome. As long as we don't throw anything, recent will know, okay, successfully the webhook got delivered. Hi Mintus not. Mintus not, is that the correct pronunciation? From Ethiopia. Awesome. So yeah, now we are updating the delivery status. We get it. We are handling this all. Sent, delivered, complaint, bounced, open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are missing one. Delivered, delivery delayed, complaint, bounced, open. Okay, open. We are missing. Edit doc type, form builder, status, OPNED. Is this the correct spelling of open? Cool, let's save it. Where is the console open? Cool. Open. Awesome. Now this should work. Now whenever recent sends an update, we can log it. Awesome. So now let's fix the ngrok issue so we can really see the stuff happening. ngrok.com, sign up. I have to log out from here. Let's create a new account. Build with Hussain. I will hide my screen for some time because I think, okay, we can't create an account. Need to log out first and then only I will be able to create a new account. Yep, so it will see the headers and it will give you like, so it can handle form body as well as JSON body. So if someone sends you like form, URL encoded form, it will automatically parse it and store it in form dict. and JSON also it can handle. So you don't have to manually go to frappe.request.body and handle it, right? So let's sign up in ngrok. Let me just, I'm not a robot, of course. Alright. Let's sign up. Signing up. Awesome. Receive and verify webhooks. I am developer building fun. Awesome. Cool. So I have got a new token. Hopefully this will let me handle stuff. Yep. Let's copy the auth token. And in my common site config I will, so bear with me, I will share my screen in a minute. Awesome. Now I can share my screen. Yep. Clear. We'll restart the bench. Let's go here and do ngrok. Okay, the ngrok process error on start. The account may not start age until admin's email address is verified. Very nice. Now I have to verify the email. Okay. There should be local tunneling thing, right? But okay, fine. Let me just verify the email. Till then you guys can ask any questions if you want. Let's verify the email address. Awesome. Now please let me receive webhooks. Awesome. Now let's do this. I will go back to my add webhook. I will add this URL, right? Slash, and what's the path? API slash method slash this. Awesome. So I want to get bounced, clicked, complained, delivered, delivery detail, open, send. So clicked. What's this info? To receive clicks, you need to go to domains and enable tracking for your domain. To receive, no, I have enabled it already, so fine. Cool. Why is it stuck in the screen now? Looks valid. Come on. Let's check JavaScript console. 400. Here is that request, webhooks 400. I am debugging like their endpoint, fine. What's the issue? Response invalid. Okay, They are not accepting this. Do they need HTTPS? HTTPS, oh no. Fine, so I have one more way of testing. I will deploy this to a new FC site and then I will test it. Yeah, ngrok won't let me use HTTP for some reason. Maybe free account or something. Let me try to go HTTPS. Usually this services require HTTPS. Let's go to ngrok dashboard. Your auth token. Let's check the documentation. HTTP. There is HTTPS. Why doesn't ngrok let me use it? Let's try ngrok again. Let's go here and use this. Not found. This tunnel not found. Yep, so the issue is HTTPS in fact. So how do I enable HTTPS? I'm just figuring out how to open. Let's check. http://localhost port 8000. Let's. So ngrok not found. So it's not a bench feature actually. It's in. It's in Frappe. Yeah, let's check the code base. Cool. Yep, here is where the command comes from. Bind TLS default returns a reference to the HTTP channel. Okay, fine. Use default dot token. So it uses ngrok and starts tunnel.public URL. So let's do one thing. It's not printing everything. So let's try and print everything. Print tunnel, right? Let's run ngrok again. Okay, it's printing the tunnel. That yeah, this is this, but not everything. So we have to check ngrok's documentation, because it uses ngrok. Yep, ngrok import ngrok. Let's check the documentation. So my hunch is that it generates the HTTPS URL, but we aren't getting it. ngrok we use for HTTP in our path is to open two tunnels, one HTTP and one HTTPS. Python connect method will run a HTTP tunnel if only a single tunnel is needed. Pass bind tunnel and the reference to the TNS tunnel will be returned. Okay, default is fault. Okay, yeah. So we have this. Awesome. Let's do this. Pass this flag. Yippee, we have an HTTPS URL. Awesome. So Frappe already, someone already thought of it and like implemented it. Let's go to webhooks and I will replace this part. So let me just add a webhook. Replace this part with this slash. Yep, now it is HTTPS. We want all the events. Add. Yep, enabled. So signing secret will implement this as well, so it's secure. Awesome. So it was easy. We were like looking at the wrong place. Now we have HTTPS tunnel. Yep. This is real deal, right? So people think like coding. These are like the side stuff that you have to go and like deal with it. Then you get to flow. Cool. Now what will happen when we send an email? Let's send an email from the desk, because that's why app exists, right? So user doesn't have to deal with the code or the terminal. They just paste in the API key and they can start sending emails. So let's send a new email. Subject: finally it works. Let's use my quota, so not sending to like any fake, or we can notifications are to build with Hussain. So I need to use this because I have it verified. Reply to Hussain at frappe.io. So I think how will we handle like multiple twos, right? Currently we aren't handling that. So we'll see that because, yep. So this won't work. So we have like a incorrect data model as of now, but fine, we'll handle it. So we have to track like all the different twos. So let's see what we can do about it. Finally it works. So this is a record, and let's pass in some HTML. Hey, then let's do an H2 as well. This works. Let's save it. Let's send the email. Yep, email sent successfully. And now let's inspect the logs. Okay, we got, so it returned 500 internal server error, no attribute email ID, data.email ID. So I got it. What is the issue? Let's go back to the logs, and we can replay this, right? So that's like a powerful tool to debug webhooks, or we can go in recent console and check if it lets us. So we can see attempting. So it is trying to attempt 2 webhooks, which is sent and delivered. So let's do delivered, sent. So it will wait for, I think, and then what I'll do is I will replay it from here. Okay, 200. Okay, so which was this? Delivered, and we will go to desk and check. Refresh, delivered. Awesome. Ha. So now let's get status here. So this status is not what we want. Doc type list email record, and we will refactor it as well. So but let's push it to GitHub and then we'll do it. So status in list view, in list filter, in filter, allow and submit. We'll see about that. Let's save it. So this is because it's a submittable log type. So the status takes over, but yeah, we'll be fine with this status. We have to hide this one somehow, but fine. Now the status is being updated. Okay, delivered. And now we have to handle some stuff, right? So what we can do is so I have an idea of an API. So what will happen is I'm thinking about calling it from server script or something. So this is how I want the API to behave. Send. So I'll go to API file, def send okay, let's see what it does. No. Something else. No. So let's first try out how I want the API to look like, right? So I want it to be send email. That is fine. It will take 2 emails from email, 2 emails, subject email HTML, recent ID no, and then it will, what it will do is it will loop over all emails in the list of 2 emails, i.e. create a new email record for each one of them. Okay, this sounds good. That is fine. Yep. So this is like how this will work. So send email, you give the from email to reply to as well. Reply to, right? And once you give all this send email will take care of handling this, right? So what I will do is cool. Dev send email, let Copilot think about it. Okay, let Copilot handle this now. Do we need recent key here? No, we don't. We just create a new record, and then we don't need this as well. What we do need is, like, after saving, not submit. Yeah, this will be a much better okay, wait, yeah, much better API. So submit, and then what happens is, instead of having this API here to send, on submit, right? Submit will indicate, okay, now go ahead, send it, I'm done with it, right? I'm done with the data. So, and one more thing I will do is, we'll edit this doc type, and I will let status be changed on submit as well. So after it is submitted also. And now what we need is, like, I'll remove this button from here. So as you can see, I revamped the whole API. Now I don't want like individual email sending. I give the user a API to call, like a method, and then they give me, so 2 benefits, right? So if I am writing some code like which depends on this app, recent API, like recent integration, then as a developer I can import this and start sending emails, right? Yeah. So this behind the scenes also, this looks good. So 2 emails can be a string. If 2 emails is a string, convert it into a list. Awesome. By splitting at comma. Cool. If it's already a list, then it's fine. Now we iterate over 2 emails, we create it, we save, we submit, and on submit, what are we doing? On submit, we are sending it, we are setting, and we don't need to call the save method now. We'll set the status to submit, we'll send this, set this, and done. So now let's test this API. I'll go here. Let's delete all of it. Right, gone. I'll open up my console. create a new terminal, bench dash site console. Okay, now what do I need? I want this function of sending emails, right? From resend integration dot API import send email. I want to send email, so from email is, so these are like positional arguments. They don't like, they aren't that good. Reply to isn't being passed, right? Yep, now it handles that as well. So we need to improve this. None. Subject. We'll handle it better later for the sake of the stream, since we are like already past 4:30. Let's get it to GitHub at least, and then I can test this API. Is it frappe.whitelisted? Let's frappe.whitelist from recent integration. Import this, send email. Now I should be able to, hey yo, from email is Hussain h@build with Hussain.dev. Okay, it returned true. db.commit. I'll go ahead in my bench. So awesome. Subject is there and it got submitted. Where is the status? So let's check the recent emails. Yeah, here was delivered. Did we receive a webhook? We did receive a webhook. Email ID. Awesome. The status should have been updated. Where is the status? Because now the integration works. Where is the status? I did not type. Let's get the last resend email record. Yeah, maybe it is empty, that's why it's not showing up, so I'm checking. It's empty. Why? Why is it empty? Because clearly I'm setting it to send and throwing if it is not that. Is this even running? Okay, it ran, that we know for sure. On save, we do nothing. On submit, no, in webhook we are setting it to email delivery status, right? So let's do one thing. Let's return the email delivery status. Try it again. Okay. Let's check the ngrok console. Delivered. Yeah, it's getting set to delivered. 200 response. Then why isn't it getting updated in our email records? Okay, now it is set. Oh, where was it before? Why did this happen? No idea. Now it works. Let's check the logs again. Okay, it was sent, delivered, sent. That is fine. It looks like it got sent, delivered, but somehow I don't know, something. But yeah, stated is delivered now. That is fine. Cool. So now the integration works. Let's push v 0.1.0. whatever to GitHub. So it has a nice send mail API that users can use. It has handling webhook logic. Let's introduce security. So what I will do is I will do webhooks. I have this webhook, right? I can get this signing secret. So this is the secret only resend and I know. So if someone right now, what will happen is, since we allowed guest, right, anybody can make a webhook request with something and forge basically resends call. So let's do one thing. I will go in the documentation and check which header do they set basically. Signing. So what we can do is we can check ngrok logs, because I don't think documentation is there right now. So I will check the headers. Okay, this is the signature. Is it the same as what I copied from there? Yep. So yeah, we can verify this signature where they are. So what I will do is I will go here and in our single doc type, because we already have it, let's add another webhook. It will be also a password field, or should it be, should it not be? Okay, let's do password field. Two column layout. Webhook, what do they call it? Signing secret. let's call it the same, because whoever installs our app will see this and clearly know that, okay, this is what I need to copy and paste in my, let me copy, okay. Okay, signing secret is the label, and awesome, let's save it. And now what I can do is I can do frappe dot request dot headers of, so this is like I'm securing the webhook now. So let's do one thing, we'll paste in our signing secret here, we'll copy it, come here, I'll paste it, I will hit save. That's awesome. So each webhook has its own signing secret, so yep, that will do the thing. And now I will go back here, I'll open ngrok logs and headers, svix signature, this, and what I can do is I can encapsulate it into a separate function that does this trick, because frappe.request.headers is a global thing. So let's encapsulate it, verify signing secret get, so I need to get the decrypted password again. So this time, instead of the API key, I want signing secret. So they call it signing secret, some call it like, I don't know what Stripe calls it, it's like webhook secret. Yeah, webhook secret. So if not equal to the signing secret, frappe.throw invalid signing secret, and then it won't proceed here. So now our webhook is secure as well. Let's give it one more try. So it's attempting to deliver it. Let's see if something goes wrong. We can. So 417 expectation failed. Why? Invalid signing secret. Okay, so maybe it's properly not getting the signature. Signature changed. Or doesn't it? So let's replay. Cool. So what's happening here? So let's watch the secret here itself. So it's a signing secret. It's not what I was expecting. So how do I get the signing secret? So how do I verify the signature? So it's not like straightforward as I was thinking. Cool. So maybe I need to hash it somehow and verify. Yeah, for now I will comment it out and let it handle. I will update it because we are like way past time and we can like improve it, since we will have a bonus episode now because we didn't get to publish it to marketplace yet. I'll need to fix that issue and then we can publish it to marketplace. I'll keep it in draft state though. Let's do that. So let's add the changes. So I should have committed more often, but feet integrate with recent API. Let's go ahead, close our ngrok for now. I'm pushing it to GitHub basically. Exit, clear, git gh repo create, push an existing. So yeah, recent integration. I want to push it to my description is recent integration for Frappe, public, open source. Let's add remote origin, push commits. Awesome. Let's open it up in GitHub. It's in GitHub now. So let me share the URL in the chat. Is anybody still with me? 5 more minutes and we'll go home. Yeah, let's go to frappecloud.com/app. No, not /app. frappecloud.com/dashboard. I'll just come to the developer tab and I will add a new app. Let's add from GitHub. Hopefully I am not like, okay. So I need to find my recent, okay, I found it. It's loading the branches. So I want to add the develop branch, that's fine. So validate the app. Compatible with nightly for now. Add to marketplace. Any error? No. Awesome. Now our marketplace app is in draft state. See how easy it was to add it to like, so it's in draft. So if you go to the review tab, you will see you haven't added a logo, links, publish a release. So we have to publish a release as well. Right now I won't do it. So you can add a summary. So you can fetch readme. So it already fetches it once, but you can refetch it. So if I did the GitHub readme and I want to update my description, here I can add screenshots. So most probably the next time we are doing this bonus episode. So tomorrow is Eid, otherwise we would have done that. So let's do it Saturday maybe. Or Tuesday, we'll see. Okay, so yeah, I can edit everything, releases. I'll see the commit I made, who made it, and slowly we'll get it all tagged, and then yep, chat with the developer assigned. So I can chat with the developer. They can also tell me, okay, hey, what to do next. I can send it. Hopefully this works. Okay, it worked. Reply is queued. Yep. So you can chat with whoever is reviewing your app. Awesome. We made some good progress today. if you check, like, we did the integration, we are able to basically update the status of our email. We wrote an API in just 2 doc types. We were able to do all this, and we'll proceed from here in the next episode. Like, not the next episode, next bonus episode. So next episode will be next month, the second Wednesday. Cool. I hope you learned something, like picked 1 or 2 new things here or there, or the approach on building it. So we'll write unit tests as well. So surely we'll have a bonus episode this time. It is not a maybe. Yep. And then we can. Yep. Thanks everyone for joining. Have a nice day. If it's like night, have a good night. Bye Ashish, bye Kenneth, bye Salim, bye Vijay, thanks for joining in. Cool.